Hello everyone, Prime here. Today we're doing something slightly different. We're trying a bit of gameplay commentary because why not? And we get ice blocked by one of the maze. Son of a bitch. We give them a bit of their own medicine back and start the match properly with proper greetings and of course classic emotes. Now we search for the monster. We're hoping that he's in the center of the map so we don't have to run around too much, but he could be anywhere. And there he is. He goes off for one of his pieces of meat, obviously, and we're hoping that he comes down into this central part so that we can trap him, freeze him, and do a lot of damage. And what do you know? He comes down just like that. Oh, how kind of you, Mr. Monster. And he gets frozen easily, then blocked off, then jumps into a wall, which was so kind again, and takes a bunch of damage, which is perfect for us. He then puts another shield for himself down and leaps away, but not before taking a lot of damage. He's lost no maze and he's almost dead. This is the perfect scenario. We're all chasing like mindless fools, but it's okay because he's almost dead. I decide to go around a different route, and what do you know? He jumps to another piece of meat, or so I assume. Give him a few more beautiful warning shots of deathly wonderfulness and decide he's probably very close to transforming and it's not worth chasing after him. So I put down a trap near a piece of meat spot, spawn location, and decide to stay back and emote. Emotes are very safe, they're cool, and they are wondrous. Also, they keep me safe and I don't want to die. So I decide to use my teammates' lives to protect my own, run away, hide, and pop another emote. Yay. By the time we're done building our snowman, he seems to be finished raging. We've lost two of our teammates and he's lost a lot of HP. I tried to use a wall to get up here, but it fails, and luckily for me, my teammates finish up the monster. Beautiful and dandy. So now, this is the first round. We're starting off as the monster. We look around for a first piece of meat and it's very tasty. Then, our plan is to simply just distract them by saying Merry Christmas and hope that they're all invigorated by the Christmas cheer to not kill me. Let's see how good that plan works out, and I'm hoping it works out very well. We eat our second piece of meat now, and leap back up to the third piece. But one of the mazes detected me and began freezing. Luckily enough, Winston is amazing and leaps away. There's another mage just waiting by another piece of meat, but that's okay because I still get the third piece and leap away, which is just beautiful. Because now I just need one more meat and I can transform into the powerful OP monster to destroy all the maze with. I was considering baiting a Mei in and hopefully killing her in close range combat, but I decided screw it, I want to go Super Saiyan, and I charged the Mei that I just saw. Probably not the best of plans considering ice wall's a thing, but no matter because she was all alone. And that's the first kill of the match. Well done, monster. So, we decide to camp out by the next piece of meat as none of the maze seem to be biting and we don't want to take pointless damage. We've got an incredible lead right now, another piece of meat eaten, but unfortunately we get ganked by the maze squad. Not to worry, as we can easily get another piece of meat and we've put several houses between us and the rest of the maze. So now we decide perhaps it would be a good idea to trap one of the maze inside of a small space, just like last time, and finish them off very quickly. So, we pretend to be injured and run away, but instead, we lie in wait, hiding and waiting for a foolish Mei to come and try to dine on Winston meat. She tries to do the same thing, but she is but one Mei, and we destroy her easily with our lightning cannon, because lightning is amazing. With another Mei down, I stand in the trap, because I'm very nice and very stupid. But I go to another piece of meat, the last piece, and I decide, why don't I try and bait the enemies around this last piece of meat? If I transform and bunch them up and kill them very easily, that could be beautiful. So we spot a Mei off in the distance, hide, and start to do the twist. That shot of ice means we stop dancing and hide properly. A shield goes down just to protect us from a bit of damage, but also to help us taunt, and we camp here just for a bit. Unfortunately, this was not the best of plans. I got bored of trying to play this hide-and-seek game, and some of the other maids got bored as well. As you can see, one got super dangerously close, but unfortunately, because she's a coward, she decided to use her cowardly heal. And as I got tired of being called a girl, I transformed into a mighty Yeti and destroyed all the maze, or at least that was what I was hoping would happen. Instead, I just had to meet several ice wall after ice wall. Damnable ability. But finally have my claws on this last Mei, and she gets destroyed by the massive monkey Winston. Very nice. With her gone, we only need to destroy two more maze, but they trapped me in a frozen ice wall. I tried to leap away to mitigate some damage. It works well enough, but they put a trap just by my feet, so I decided to leap away to mitigate some more of the damage. Unfortunately, I get caught by a bit of scenery, and this is just not looking well. So I try to run away again when I really should stand and fight. An unfortunate maneuver, but I do retreat and get to pick up another piece of meat, but not before getting trapped by a May trick. Unfortunate enough, I do manage to leap away and avoid another frozen fate, but they all encircle, and death ensues. God damn it, gentlemen. So, we're playing against the monster and hoping that this time goes much better than the last. We pick another piece of meat and hope that the 0 out of 5 May turns into 5 out of 5. So, we go to the center of the map and pick up another piece of meat where we meet the Mays. They are very hungry for monster blood, so we decide to juke them around the corner and bait them in. Luckily for us, they all bunch up, but unfortunately this begins a symphony of healing May after healing May, swapping in and swapping out like a very, very coordinated Pokemon team. I realize that this is not going very well, so I spot the meat above my head and leap for it. Good thing Winston is a trained acrobat. So, we go towards another piece of meat and transform into the mighty beast, Winston the Angered, and take our first May of the game. But not before she blocks us in with another dandy ice wall. Gotta love that skill. That's one. We try to go for this bird May, but she decides to ice block because who needs good time? We end up finishing her off before leaping towards another piece of meat, but this is part of the May's plan. They block me in with an ice wall and begin to freeze me. I want to leap away, but in my foolishness, I leap into a wall, leaving me to be frozen and blocked off by the Mays. I realize that they're probably very hungry for my blood, so I put down another shield and hope to bait them in with my low HP state. Luckily enough for me, I'm able to pick up another piece of meat and join them in the center of the map, avoiding the traps as I do so. Unfortunately, I step in another trap and they take this to their advantage and start to attack me. I think all hope is lost, but luckily enough for me, I get a pick. Why do I get a pick? That's so beautiful. I hide behind a wall, bait them in, and start to fight again. They use their ice walls and defensive abilities, but by this point, it's pretty much over. So I run away and hope for the best. I was hoping to pick up the last few parts of the meat, but a crafty little May decided to chase me up here, and for whatever reason wanted to 1v1 me without defensive abilities. That worked out perfectly. Woo! Another round and another perfectly timed sorry emote goes off at the same time, as well as a hello emote. I just couldn't have asked for better time. Now, we try to corner off the monster, but he goes off for his second piece of num-nums. That's quite unfortunate, but we do manage to catch up to him in the building, and the Mays begin to fight him over here as I block him off with an ice wall. You're not going anywhere, Mr. Monster. Unfortunately, I'd have no steroids and decide to 1v1 the monster alone. Not a good idea. I see some May back up, but he's already primed on focusing me. Luckily enough for me, he tries to leap away but gets caught on a building and we start to fight him in our trapping zone. Luckily enough, I block him off just before he can escape, and then we get some pitiful damage off, but we freeze him, and that's where the headshots come in. Beautiful, gentlemen. I block him off before he's able to kill me, run around the corner and heal up, just so there's no safety issues. Then, we come back at him, and he's gone, but our allies are still fighting around this corner. He leaps back down on them like the Dark Knight himself, and gets frozen. Very craftily done, Winston. Takes some ice shards to the face. But he craftily uses his shield to juke some of the damage away, but gets frozen again, taking even more damage. He's very low, and we've got 2 Mays left. I miss every single shot from a distance, but it's okay, because he's cowering, which means we have an advantage. Luckily enough, the plan from before of using one May as a shield and the others to bombard the Winston with pellets is working like a charm. Running past the ice-blocking May, I fail to put up a decent ice wall, and he cowers away in awe of our might. We realize that he might just be juking us in to eat some meat, but we don't care. We chase after him without fear. We have him right where we need him to be. We've got 2 more Mays left, he only needs 1 more piece of meat, and he baits us into a trap. We use a wall to try and defend ourselves, but he leaps into the air and jumps down, Assassin's Creed style, finishing us up in the blink of an eye. He then chased down the last May, who seems to defend herself with an ice block, but she was only denying the inevitable. And eventually, the inevitable caught up with her. We lose the round. Really? We can tell that the Winston is very cocky from his last victory. We like this. We can use this to our advantage. He's picked up a piece of meat, and we're on the prowl. Doesn't seem to be here, gentlemen, but he actually is. So, we jump down and initiate a pursuit, as we could hear him. Unfortunately, we're in another 1v1 scenario, so we hide and hope for the best. Luckily, an ally shows up, and that Winston is dead set on chasing us, so we put up an ice wall to block our escape. The other Mays catch up to us, and that Winston is still hungry for me, so I bait him in with my low HP and heal up. Now, with all the Mays here, we can do maximum damage to him. He tries to leap off and escape, but we get some good ice shards into his body. We then get a headshot, which is oh so beautiful, and he's lost half of his HP. We have 3 Mays left, so we are in the lead indeed. He leaps up to try and use the scenery to try and bait us in and do extra damage, but luckily enough, healing is a thing, so I didn't really care. He then tried to 1v1 me, but again, I'm a coward, so I'm not going to do that. And he took a lot of damage, which works for me. So, with his low HP state, this should be finished up nice and easily. He runs away to try and pick up the last few pieces of meat, but we're not gonna let that happen. We get a beautiful few ice shards into him before he picks up his last few chunks of meat, and then try to block him off from picking up the last piece. It's right there, it's in the building, he knows it, I know it, but I didn't put down an ice wall because I'm arrogant and I'm silly. He smacks me in the face, and that could be considered a very, very mild form of abuse, but it's okay because the monkey sees justice. And that is game. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like. I don't usually do gameplay commentaries, and I have no idea how it went, so please tell me if you enjoyed in the comments section below. But until the next video, have a very nice day and night wherever you are, and just in case I don't make a new video just before the new year comes in, enjoy the new year in. But until the next video, have a very good day. I've been Prime, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.